So it's been around 24 hours since the last Wuthering Waves livestream. Now this was to do with version 2.4 of Wuthering Waves, which looks absolutely amazing. I mean, we got a ton of new characters coming out, as well as a ton of new characters drip marketed, which has kind of given us a little bit of a roadmap behind some of the characters we could be seeing in the future, which I think is great, and it's something that Wuthering Waves needs to do a lot more. And essentially, they literally just show off a lot of the characters, especially over on their Twitter. For example, you can see Augusta here is very, very popular. We've also got Juno, we got Galbraina, I don't know how to pronounce that one, and also we got who is this one as well, Chiyuan, I think. I'm sorry if I pronounced this wrong. Chisa, and then Frolova, obviously, which a lot of people are very excited for. But one thing that a lot of people have actually noticed is there's a little bit of an inconsistency whenever it comes to these characters, which a lot of people have actually pointed out. Now, this is all to do with Chisa. Now, if you actually see with some of the kind of text here, you can see the text actually has some like made up language above it, which essentially, yeah, you can see here it says Augusta, then it has this. Now, the Chisa one, for example, this is one of the characters that is supposed to be coming out. I'm pretty sure they're going to be a 5-star resonator, and you can see right above their name, it actually says Augusta. Now, this is actually in the kind of hidden language in Wuthering Waves. A lot of people figured this out quite a long time ago, whenever the game first came out, and it seems like they've used exactly the same kind of lettering as well. As you can see, for example, you see Augusta here. You can see it's exactly the same as what is actually written on Chisa's. So lots of people are wondering what the actual reason behind this is. Is it something to do with the fact of maybe Kuro Games just messed up and that they just made a typo and they didn't mean to put that above Chisa's name? Or does this actually have some lore significance, some kind of significance to the story in the future, which could actually hint at maybe Chisa, you know, getting heavily involved in a lot of this story? Now, there's a little bit of a key fact to kind of mention as well. Augusta tends to be like a kind of ranking or like a role that is given to someone whenever you look up the kind of what you call it, the definition of the name or like the origin of the name. It's like a kind of Roman thing, and obviously a lot of people are a little bit confused as to why that's the name, but it is, you know, a pretty normal name, I'd say. And essentially, people are kind of thinking maybe this is something to do with some kind of role or rank or whatever you want to call it that has actually been given to Chisa, instead of saying that, you know, Augusta and Chisa, that both of their characters have something to do with each other. But it is a little bit weird. Obviously, people in the kind of comments are saying, well, we'll have to wait and see for Augusta's drip to see if the typo is intentional or not. They say you can see the first or last letter are the same, so it probably reads as Augusta. They say Kuro typo has transcended the alphabet, which I think, you know, I don't know if this is actually a typo and that they just messed up in terms of, you know, adding a new kind of thing there, or if they didn't. But, you know, people saying, yep, definitely a Kuro typo. You can see right here, you know, this is it side by side. You can see exactly the same symbols are above the name. Whereas if you look at any of the other ones, you can see they're much different. You know, they actually resemble their name. For example, this one being Juno, or is it Juno or Iono? Oh, it's Iono, sorry. Sorry, I called them Juno. And then obviously, yeah, you can see this one's different as well. So a lot of people, you know, have been theorizing many things to do with this character. And obviously, it seems that Augusta is going to be one of the biggest involvement in the story to do with Septimont. I mean, they seem like they're some kind of like sun, you know, person. Lots of people were also making comparisons to Mavwika, which I can definitely see. They do have very similar kind of styles and things like that. Now, I do think they are going to go a little bit different in terms of personality. I think the main kind of thing that they have in common is the whole, you know, fiery like orange hair, which looks absolutely amazing. And obviously there is going to be a lot of people drawing comparisons, but you can see here, for example, you know, Augusta has like Roman like kind of armor and stuff on, which is much different to the character designs that we see in Genshin Impact. And also, if you guys listen to the accent that she was speaking in, that was very, very different. And I feel like her personality is going to be a little bit different as well. And obviously, people are very excited to see a lot of these characters. Some people, yeah, a bit overexcited with the release of Augusta. But yeah, it's very interesting because I didn't really know if, you know, many people had actually picked up on this theory in general, that this could have something to do with it. As I said, lots of people are just, you know, putting this down as Kuro typo, but, you know, I would like to believe in Kuro and think that maybe there was some reason as to why they actually put Augusta above Chisa, but again, it could literally just be a kind of, you know, typo. People saying danger, lost sister, companion story incoming. They both have the same Tesla mark on the same places. They say, who is Augusta? Oh wait. So again, people didn't know who Augusta was apparently. But yeah, this was actually released as well before the Augusta drip marketing had actually dropped. So no one had actually seen the Augusta drip marketing, but people had already picked up from the language. And you can see after it actually dropped, you know, it is literally the same. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be one of those where we're going to probably find out in the drip marketing or in the trailers later, which is, yeah, I think that's going to be a big part to the Wuthering Waves story if that wasn't a typo. And if it was a typo, that's a pretty big typo that, you know, a lot of people haven't really picked up on, which I thought was just kind of interesting. In terms of a lot of these other characters though, I'm very excited for all of them. I mean, Frolova, you know, a lot of people wanted her to come as a playable character, and it seems like it is finally time. You know, people were kind of debating the fact of whether these like villain type characters can even become playable, and if Kuro even wanted to make them playable, but it seems like Frolova might be the first one to do that. We did actually get a hint of Scar in the trailer as well, so maybe we will see him come as playable later on in the story, but hey, we'll have to wait and see. But for now, it is just Frolova that is one of the main like villains that is going to be a playable character. And then yeah, obviously Chisa. I mean, to be fair, you know, Frolova didn't get as many views as some of the other ones, I'm gonna be honest. Like even like this dude Chuyuan or Chiyuan, I mean, you know, people are very excited for him as well, being a, you know, one of the very rare male resonators in Wuthering Waves. I mean, people are going absolutely crazy for him, so hopefully that does help, you know, Wuthering Waves in terms of like, you know, adding more male characters to the game. And then we've also got, yeah, Galbraina, you know, she looks pretty cool as well, which honestly, yeah, I feel like all of the characters they have cooked with, you know, some of them I will be pulling for, some that I won't be. Ayuno as well, she looks absolutely sick. You know, people are really liking her. In terms of who I'm going to be pulling for, in terms of who I really like, obviously Augusta I will be pulling for because she just looks absolutely insane. Ayuno, I think I will be as well. I like the overall style. Galbraina, I don't really know. She's going to have to be good for me to even consider pulling her. I like her character design, but not enough for me to actually pull, especially, you know, not, you know, wailing and everything. Chiyuan, probably won't be pulling. I'm not that interested in him. Chisa I might pull, I'm kind of interested. And then finally Frolova as well, I think I probably will pull as well. Again, they're not like strong, you know, kind of things as well. Like if the character ends up being bad, then maybe I won't, but you know, that's pretty much, you know, all the ones I'm gonna pull for, if you guys wanted to know that. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting. I wanted to share it with you because, you know, I haven't seen anybody really talking about this typo, or anybody talking about the fact that it could be a typo, or maybe some hidden lore stuff that, you know, we don't know about. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. Do you think that this is just, you know, some kind of mess up from Kuro, or do you think that this was intentional behind the story, and then we might be seeing something very interesting going on between Augusta and Chisa? But hey, we'll have to wait and see. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go over to Game Subs, use my code CASA, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. I definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.